everyone, I'm Alex and I'm the hands behind Lovecraft Crochet. My plushies are for the anxious, depressed, autistic, and neurodivergent. Small enough to travel in a purse, backpack, diaper bag, or even your pocket. You can check out my Facebook page or TikTok to see what patterns are available and stay tuned for the new ones coming out. I also make hats, scarves, blankets, and dice bags for the tabletop gamer or dice goblin in your life. Feel free to order through the page, TikTok DMs, or via email at love.craft.crochet@gmail.com. Now, on to the segment.
Urban legends, missing heaven, hookman coming for you, missing 15 minutes. Mothman's flying at you, missing 15 minutes.
Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, and welcome to Mything 15 Minutes, the show where we gather around the campfire and explore the world's strange tales. For about 15 minutes. Hey, we all got places to be. I'm Sam Rossi, your guide into the shadowy wilderness of scripts written by A.J. Carey. Boy, say hi.
Lady in Red.
By the way, that's stuck in my head still. Tonight we're taking a road trip. Well, multiple road trips. Across the globe to meet the most well-traveled ghost in all of folklore. The woman in white. She's in your hometown. She's in my hometown. She might be in your grandma's hometown. I think Whitesboro does have one.
I believe so.
Because that would be our grandma's hometown. The other one's Boonville. No, not Boonville, Monroe. Sorry. Grandma got me thinking about that shit. Can you picture Mom being the woman in white?
I don't think I've ever seen our mother in white.
That is true. Anyways. Hell, she might be your grandma. She's everywhere you want to be, and especially if you don't want to be. Almost every culture has some form of a woman in white. The broad definition is a woman ghost who appears wearing white, usually in mourning, floating near water or roadsides, often searching for something or warning the living. She's like a ghost starter kit. White dress, check. Tragic backstory, check. Often wet, check. Boom! Instant haunting.
Stop peeking our audio.
I even leaned back for that one.
I know. But then you did it 3 times louder than you did last time.
Oh, I thought it was good. Common origins include betrayal, lost love, death in childbirth, or her children, or accidental drowning. Folklore speed run, get married, tragedy, become ghost, haunt road, terrified teens, platinum trophy. Boom! We have unlocked all achievements. We have 100%ed this run. While these themes repeat globally, each region gives her its own twist, so let's break down some of them. And yes, there will be some repeats from previous episodes, or later on episodes, we'll flesh out some of these characters specifically. Okay? Okay.
It's alright.
It's alright. Let's begin with arguably the most famous wow of all. AJ? Wow? Woman in white. Is it supposed to be wow?
It's not. I don't know. I wanted to come up with a cute name for him, but apparently wow is what came out. Woman on white? Woman of white?
Woman of white.
Like Betty of white.
Betty of white. Man, I miss her.
Sorry, just change wow to whew. I don't think you'll be doing that.
Nope. Let's begin with arguably the most famous woman in white of all. La Llorona. The weeping woman. Yes, we've covered her before, and yes, we just pronounced it as white as we could. Thanks to Mr. G's, whoever the fuck that is, on different
Thanks to Mr. GG on his different La Llorona movie series for at least sounding white with a flair now.
Stop referencing people I don't know.
No, I don't think I will.
So La Llorona wanders riversides crying for her lost children. In fairness, if I ever hear someone wailing near water at night, I'll assume a ghost and not someone who stubbed their toe on a rock. You're not wrong. So not wrong. In most versions, she tragically drowned her children in a moment of despair or madness, then realized her mistake and now wanders eternally seeking them. She's the world's first missing persons alert system, but also the one you're supposed to run away from. Terrible, terrible joke.
Yeah.
Historically, scholars point out her story merges indigenous beliefs, Spanish colonial legends, and the standard moral warnings. Your typical go to bed or the supernatural entity with unresolved trauma will come get you. If you want a deeper dive on this, check out one of our earliest episodes on La Llorona. Quickly, we make our way to Europe with dozens of white lady stories they have. Germany, France, Ireland, the Czech Republic. They all feature a ghostly woman dressed in white, appearing in castles or along lonely roads. European ghosts really do love a castle. If you die anywhere else, sorry, Charlie, no haunting credentials for you. These ladies often represent themes of betrayal, slain wives, or women awaiting lovers who never return. Generally from the sea or war. Mostly from the sea. Just saying. Which was basically 80% of medieval Europe's problem. So there's some cultural trauma there. Is that why when we start exercising and run away we get fatter?
Yes.
That's cultural trauma.
That's cultural adaptation, actually.
See, I don't understand how exercising is gonna get me fatter.
Because in your body's case, your body then craves more calories and cholesterols because you're going to run. The thing about running by itself is that while it's exercise, what you're trying to do is burn off calories. There are a lot of body types that are based on, hey, you're going to burn a lot of calories, but then your body wants more calories. So then you eat more, or you eat high, or it can also maintain that you just have a shit diet to begin with.
That's it. So the most notable example of a European woman in white would be the white lady of the
Hohenzollern
dynasty, who is said to appear before the Prussian royalty to warn of deaths that would occur in the family.
You said it. You said Prussia. High five.
No, I said Prussian. I didn't say Prussian this time. Nor did I say Persian. Anyways, spectral omens are also big in Europe. Well, the world. But that's too broad of a topic. Hell, I'm thinking it was too broad of a topic point if we're looking at Prussia for an example. How many white ladies are there for that downfall? Asia has decided not to make the easy joke about Caucasians. Do you know I say white people way more than I have ever said any other thing?
Well, that's because fucking white people, yo.
Dude. White people. You know, it's worse than we are white and we have that same problem.
No,
literally
Sam.
say that.
We're Caucasian.
Mm.
There's a very big difference between being a white person and it's just like Colin Powell. He happens to be black. We happen to be white.
Very, very, very white. Can't wait till we do our freaking genealogy to see how white we really are.
Very, according to Mom's genealogical research.
Yeah, but what about the other side of the family? Now we bounce over to Japan with their Yuri, especially the Onro, or vengeful female spirit, being a strong contender for the most popular version of the woman in white. They traditionally wear white burial kimonos and appear with long black hair. Basically, Onro are the spirits you see in every sort of Japanese horror movie, like The Ring, good movie, or The Grudge. That was a good movie too. Saw both of those in theaters.
So did I. I like the originals better.
I like being, I'll be honest, Sarah Michelle Gellar did really good in The Grudge.
Well, she does good in anything.
That is true. She's an amazing actress. And if you've seen any of those, you know that these spirits are birthed from emotional trauma, heartbreak, injustice, abuse, that sort of thing. Unlike European women in white, though, they return not to mourn or warn, but to right wrongs. Oh, yeah. Duffman is out of here.
Yeah, I know. They actually retired the character.
Didn't they? Wasn't that because what's his name?
No, Duffman was not Phil Hartman.
No, Phil Hartman was Troy McClure.
Yes. So no, they just retired the character.
Oh, that's kind of sucky.
Just like they retired Apu Nahaspina Petalon.
And that's because they were upset that Frank Hank Azaria was the one.
No, it was because a lot of people had a stink about how racists took that caricature rather than actually realizing that Apu was actually a fleshed out character who made fun of racist ideology versus was racist ideology.
Correct. He also became an American citizen. That was an entire episode.
Yes, him being an MIT graduate, or he was Springfield. He was at the Springfield Heights Institute of Tech. Yes. You know how I remember that?
Huh?
It's shit.
I remember that now.
But we're not talking about Apu.
Onward to the Philippines. There is the
Caparosa,
seen along roadsides, often appearing to lone drivers late at night. And if you see her, be wary, because she's not just a woman in white. She's also a vanishing hitchhiker and may poof into your backseat seeking help or warn you of an upcoming accident. Personally, if she appears in the backseat of my car, I'm selling the car. We're crashing the car. We are totaling the car because I'm sorry. If I'm driving along, all peaceful like, heading to go pick somebody up, and some bitch pops into the backseat of my car, we are hitting a tree. Because I will freak the fuck out.
Also a note, we will do a Vanishing Hitchhiker episode as well.
Yeah. Oh. We're going to note the fuck out of that one. In Thailand, there's the
Mae Nak.
And she's one of Southeast Asia's most famous ghost wives, who died in childbirth, but continued living with her husband until he saw her stretched unnaturally long to pick something up. Honestly, the haunting out of love is a new one, but it's commendable. Kinda.
We also have an upcoming episode about her.
Okay. Now to Africa. Especially South Africa and Kenya. White lady ghosts are often tied to tragic colonial-era stories or dangerous roads where many accidents occur. Efficiently multitasking there. Really is.
It's efficient multitasking.
Really is. Many tales describe them less negatively, though, and have them to be protected spirits, not malicious or insidious.
Definitely Rain Man there. Definitely.
Definitely had a Porky Pig moment. That's all, folks.
You want to try saying that one more time? Or?
No, we're going to keep that in.
Okay.
It's nice to see, really. We may do an episode on African folklore as it pertains to the colonial era because that's been a consistent morphology throughout the world. Not the point. Why does this archetype exist everywhere, but many of them developing independently from each other? Well, because humans are really good at three things: telling spooky stories, making bad decisions near water, and screwing over women. Tough but fair. But while they all universally share similarities, they also represent universal themes like grief, betrayal, motherhood, and the dangers of liminal spaces like bridges and crossroads. Hey, did you know they reopened the bridge on railroad?
Yes. I've seen the UFO. The lights on the bridge now.
Oh, yeah, totally. I get what you're saying. Yeah, totally a UFO at that moment.
That's a different episode.
That's a different one. Then again, there is also the environmental factor on why is it always a woman in a white dress. White is a very easy color to see. Distinguish. Anyone who's flashed around a torch or a flashlight at night knows that along roadsides, waters, and footpaths, shadows can play the simplest tricks on you. Light hits just right to give a flash of white, and now the quick white flash burns into your head as as kind of looking like a dress. And since cultural norms are women in dress, it's a dress. I can see it.
I'd like to state that a lot of when I say, why did this happen, and then I do that, I don't actually go into the psychological, like I could deep dive into why, but I'm just going with the basic like a basic shallow understanding of it. But that's the most logical, because to me, Occam's razor applies. What's the most logical thing? That you saw a ghost lady? Or that for 1/5 of a second you saw something out of the corner of your eye, and then your brain interpolates that pattern and data?
I think about driving along Star Hill because there's no street lights, period, on that road.
Yeah.
So, driving down and you have the headlights hitting those trees. Yeah, I've seen it where you see something white. Usually it's a deer.
But that's sort of it too.
For me, I automatically think it as a deer because those fuckers just show up anywhere at any time in any portion of the year.
Central New York problems. Hashtag.
Tried to kill your son, nephew, and me. What? Twice.
Yeah.
Oh, 3 times because Casey was in the car the last one.
True.
Sorry. Anyways. Then again, there's also the universal truth that if you see someone in an old-fashioned wedding dress after midnight, nothing good is going to happen. It's not that old-fashioned. It only goes to Queen Victoria. She was the first one to wear a white wedding dress.
Yes, but if you notice, Victorian England is when all of a sudden everyone was into the phantasmagoria and supernatural shit.
I'll give you that.
On a commercial level, I would say.
You should go into that. The commercialism of the UK. In Victoria, England.
Well, we kind of have, like for when we did our ghost stripping overview. Granted, that was an overview.
Yes.
So we only spent 1 or 2 paragraphs on it, but we do go into how a lot of the modern notions of ghosts stems from charlatans who were monetizing ghosts in Victorian England.
Okay. From the rivers of Mexico to the castles of Europe, to the protectors in Africa and the vengeful in Japan, the woman in white ghost is a reflection of shared human anxieties. They screwed up a perfectly good monkey. They gave it anxiety. Yes, by the way, I do actually scream that when my anxiety is so bad. I'll start randomly screaming it. It makes me feel better. They also remind that stories travel. Trauma travels. And folklore lets us give shape to the things we fear the most. Also, she's a great excuse to not go out after dark. Hey, you want to go take a walk tonight? No, thanks. Sad ghost ladies are in our local area. What's good?
Do you want to meet up with sad ghost ladies? By the way, that's one of the stickers I want to make at the very least before making it a shirt for our merch is sad ghost ladies. And then just have a couple caricatures of different women in white. I think that'll be really cute. How it pictures in my head, it's really cute.
I see what you're saying. I can picture what you're saying, but I'm also picturing the chick from The Grudge.
Well, yes, that would be one of the
sad ghost ladies. I'm just picturing that with it saying it over top of it, but you know. I
have an idea.
You and I are on the same page.
Yeah.
All right. So thank you for mything with us, and we hope you enjoyed this very broad take on the global standard and ghostly activities. If you see a woman in white, please be respectful and also don't follow her. In fact, if it's not a woman you know, don't be a douche and leave her alone. That's a living person's role, too. True.
So anything you'd like to comment?
You know what? I've heard a lot of versions of the lady in white. The ladies in white are always interesting. Because they always have, depending on the area, depends on why they're there. And I'm thinking of an episode of Supernatural where it was reversed. She was killing people. Technically, she was trying to warn people that her dad was actually killing people. So it was kind of, cool, though her father was a ghost in a truck.
Okie dokie.
I might have just confused like 6 different episodes.
Yeah, because I think you're talking about like the fucking cassette one. If you're listening on our Patreon, you just heard what I was supposed to say, and I chose to ignore it from the theatrical release. So I just think the woman in white archetype is actually a really interesting thing. It's one of those universe, sort of like how we make the joke that there's a big three when it comes to cryptids.
I still don't think Chupacabra is one of the big threes.
And I don't think J. Cole is one of the big three when it comes to rap, but there we are.
What the fuck is J. Cole?
You just opened up a can of worms, sissy. In 160 episodes when this hits YouTube, you're fucked.
When this hits YouTube, please let me know. Is it even worth it by that point? Because it'll be next year. Is J. Cole going to be still around? Who the fuck knows?
It's going to be like 2.5 years.
Yeah, whatever.
Anywho, but I think that the woman in white is one of the big three when it comes to
Ghosts. Yeah.
global ghosts.
Yeah, she's kind of like Bloody Mary, where there's a lot of versions of Bloody Mary.
Well, plus Bloody Mary would technically be count under the woman in white. However, I didn't want to do that because I decided to link it more to mirror myths, which we have an episode coming up on too.
Awesome.
However, we are now at like 22 minutes in the record.
Yeah, we're going to get that dropped down. Anyways, thanks again. I'm Sam Rossi.
And I'm AJ Carey.
Later, y'all. Keep watching the skies.
Keep watching the skis. I think that means skies.
Missing 15.
Keep on carrying on.
C-A-R-E. Y. Because
Carry on production.